Hello.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
Hi.
This is very tall. I'm very short. Thank you. Perfect.
You got a
Thank
big
you so
crowd out here,
much.
man. Nice.
My
Hi.
name is Sarah. I am so sorry that I don't know who you are or what is going on here.
No problem. Just some
So
guy with a microphone.
I'm coming in with zero context, zero knowledge. So just wrap that in the
Sure.
entire bubble.
Well, what do you think about the sign?
So that was actually my first question is
Sure.
why do you feel like you have to make this statement and why do you feel like you have the power to make this statement?
About why women deserve less?
Yeah, like what compels you to talk about this so strongly on the streets of Miami?
Yeah. I think we have a simp problem. Where
A simp problem.
yeah, we have a big simp problem.
Oh wow, okay.
So lots of guys, don't do their due diligence and make women earn courtship and relationships, and put them through their paces. And I think it's caused a lot of problems for guys because I don't think men are aware of the fact that women have changed significantly over the past 60 years, and being a chivalrous gentleman might not get you as far as it did maybe 60 years ago. Being a nice guy simply doesn't work in modern day dating because the reality is women make their own money now. So just being a provisioner isn't enough.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily agree because women are coming into new roles that they didn't come into 60 years ago. So I agree with that point, but we're still not making the same amount of money and we're still not able to achieve the same roles. So
Yo, turn her up, guys.
I agree. Can we? Because I can barely hear him as well.
Turn
That'd
him.
be great.
Yeah,
Thank you
turn
so
it up.
much.
Because that music, bro. All right.
Thank
Sorry.
you so much. So I completely agree that 6 years ago, women had completely different roles than they do nowadays. But we're still not making the same amount of money, and the way that men are treating women nowadays does not reflect that. And also, women don't make the same amount of money that men do. So I don't see how that narrative that you're putting out here that women are creating careers for themselves, absolutely, as they should. Still not making the same amount of money, still not being able to do the same things that men are doing at the same rates, and men are becoming more horrible than they were 50 years ago, 60 years ago. So I don't see how there's a relation.
Well, sorry, it's very loud, guys. Well, the thing is this. So you mentioned a lot of things there. So your main disagreement is that my opposition to women entering the workforce?
No, so sorry. So
Because it's really hard to hear you. I'm sorry. You're turning it up right now. I'm like catching bits and pieces and stuff.
Because I'm a woman, so my voice is higher pitched than
Yeah.
men's voices are, so it's harder to hear.
Yeah.
So I completely agree with you that women are starting to work more. We're starting to build careers. We're starting to build things for ourselves. Absolutely. Which is very new for us, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so we're still not getting paid the same amount. So we still need to be provided for.
That's kind of by choice.
Not by choice. The wage pay gap is still there, unfortunately. If it wasn't there, we wouldn't be fighting for it. And I work in motorsports. I work in car racing. I work in a very male-dominated industry, and I love it. And I do it because I love it. And that's a very important thing. So that's A.
So before we move to the next one, so you believe in the theory that women earn 80 cents on the dollar of every man, right?
That's not a theory. That's a fact.
It's actually been debunked a million times by any self-respecting
not a theory, it's a
economist.
fact.
I'll explain it. So it's been debunked a bunch of times. The thing that you're referring to most where this, lie or myth comes from? It comes from
Not a lie or a myth, but thank you.
I'll explain it. It comes from all working women versus all working men, right? Full-time employees. But the problem is it doesn't account for hours work, type of career work, education, taking vacations, industry, etc. So when you actually equalize for the type of work done, women actually make more than men. And they showed this at Google where men and women, when they have the same exact experience, the same education, etc., the women actually earn more money than the men. But the reason why women tend to earn less, than men do is simply because of choice. Women just choose not to go into higher paying fields. They choose to not go into fields that are more manual labor. They choose not to pick the trades. They would prefer an office job, and they take more vacation and they take more time off. And that a lot of the times hurts their ability to earn more. So there's a bunch of real reasons why women earn less than men, but it's almost always choice-based. And then on top of that, women attend college at a higher rate than men now, and they're graduating at a higher rate, but they're still earning less in some degrees. It's because women choose to go into fields that just pay less.
So ask me what field I work in.
What field do you work in?
I work in 2 fields. I work in finance and I work in motorsports, which is car racing. Ask me how much I make compared to my man of the same rate.
How much?
It's less.
What was that?
I work at $1,000 an hour, which is, to be fair, amazing. But it's less than my male counterpart.
And
it's because of my gender, not because of my experience.
He gets more than you?
All of my male counterparts get more than me for the same exact role, for the same exact thing. And I work in finance and motorsports, car racing. I work in F1, IndyCar, NASCAR, IMSA, and WEC.
Yeah, well, I think it's also important to understand that, unless you have their resume, you don't know. They might be more qualified than you. They might have more experience than you.
They're like my good friends of mine. Like, we have open conversations, and they have told me that I deserve to make more than them because they're 5 years younger than me.
Okay, again, that's explainable too. Women typically don't negotiate for higher wages like men do. Men are far more likely.
That I completely agree
so
with. Absolutely.
That's another component. So there's a whole matrix of reasons why women earn less, but it's not typically just because you have a vagina. It's typically because of personal choices and decisions that you make. So men are far more likely to negotiate for higher wages than women are because men have a higher burden of performance to provision and to earn money than women do. So I would argue.
How does that mean that we deserve less?
Well, it's got to be based off meritocracy. I'm pretty confident that your counterparts probably have some type of skill set or something that they might not be telling you that they have, which is getting them more money.
No.
Because there's so many different things.
Sorry, but
that can account for it. And let's assume
it's because I'm a woman and I'm working in racing.
Okay. Well, let's assume that that's true. Let's assume that that's true. That's one instance. The majority of times is because of personal choices that women make and what job fields they want to go into.
I don't know.
But a lot of the times when women go into male-dominated fields, they get in. Like, for example, you're in your field, right? There's plenty of women that get jobs in job fields that they're honestly not that qualified for, but they get it because of DEI, affirmative action, because they want to diversify the workforce.
You just said that women get higher degrees. Like, more women are getting college degrees, so that sounds like more women are getting degrees, so therefore they deserve the roles.
No. What I'm saying is they're getting the degrees and still earning less because of personal choices. So what I'm saying is that it's not the fact that they are women as to why they're not making as much. It's because of personal choices. Men dominate like STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Men dominate.
Why do you feel that you have the reasoning to talk about this matter? If you are not a woman, why do you feel like you have to sit up here and say women deserve less?
Well, do I have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2?
That's not 1 + 1 is 2. That's talking about a different gender. That could be me coming up here saying men deserve less because men are shit. I'm never going to say that because I don't believe that.
Well,
but why do you feel validated in order to come up and say that? And also,
I'm testing your logic because what I'm saying is that you don't have to necessarily be
of
a certain group to talk about certain group, right?
Well, you have to have the experiences of a certain group.
It was because it was written by a woman. That's why I spelled wrong.
Can I ask you one more question and then I'll leave you alone?
Yeah, sure.
If I can have your undivided attention.
Yeah.
Can I ask you to look around at the people looking at you and here supporting you? Whoever's supporting this man, can I have you raise your hands and say, woo? And can I say, why do you think that's all men?
Because here's the thing. Men can't tell women the truth anymore, and I speak for them. That's why. Because the reality is no one tells women.
And I'm the only woman in this line speaking up for us.
Oh, no, trust me. There's been plenty of you guys that talk to me. See, here's the difference. Yeah.
You know what? And I will be fucking one of the 2 people. If I have to be one of the 2 people, I will be one of the 2 fucking people because we have been brought down so hard and we are not allowed the same platforms and we are not allowed the same vulnerabilities. So you know what? I'll accept it. And thank you so much for your time.
Again, like I said before, women can openly talk and criticize men, but men can't necessarily openly talk and criticize women.
You can, but in kindness, and this is not in kindness.
I've been extremely
Thank you.
respectful. I can't control how you feel.
Respectful is one, but putting a sign up saying women deserve less is not kindness.
Well, this is why women deserve less. They can't understand things logically and get mad.
I'm not. Do you see me being mad? I'm very calm. I'm calmer than our president, so I will take it.
That's why we can't have a female president, bro.